Hello, everyone. My name is Chen Shengduan. I'm glad to share our topic with you. Firstly, I'll introduce our group member, Wenchun Wang, Ansi Yang, Dean, Yu Jiantang, and me, Chen Shengduan. The content of the speech includes the background for the critical analysis of Jim Fenner's leadership style and the ethical dilemmas he faced, and how he dealt with such dilemmas and the impact on the organization, and provide recommendations on how to improve leadership and management standards when similar dilemmas arise in the future. The ethical dilemmas faced by Jim Fenner include ethical dilemmas between honesty and profits, long-term reputation and short-term profits, and responsibility to customers. Next is the company background. Ford Company is a multiple nation automobile manufacturer founded in 1903 by Henry Ford. In 1908, Ford launched one of the most influential models in history, the Model T. The car was the world's first mass product car and marked a new era in the automotive industry. Ford is one of the largest automobile manufacturers in the United States, with global influence and market share. He has operations in auto manufacturing, financial service, and auto-related areas. He has an extensive business network around the world, covering multiple countries and regions. The company has production-based and sales network in the United States, Europe, Asia, and other places, and it interacts with customers through various modes, such as selling cars and providing financial service. Ford enjoys a good reputation in the global market, and its products cover many fleets, such as cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ford's CEO is Jim Fenner. He assumed the role in 2020 and leads Ford growth and innovation in the automotive industry. He has worked at Ford for many years and extensive experience in the automotive industry and management. He is committed to promoting the company's development in the direction of sustainable development and technical innovation. And the next person is Ansi Yang. She will be talking about ethical dilemmas faced by Jim Fenner.
Thanks to Duan's presentation. My name is Ansi Yang, and it's up to me to present an introduction of the theory of ethical dilemmas and that faced by Ford. Firstly, I will introduce what is ethical dilemma, as well as define and how does it relate to leadership. A simple image was created to give a general introduction to the ethical dilemma and how it relates to leadership. An ethical dilemma is a situation in which a person or organization must choose between two or more competing moral principles. On this basis, it's often argued that no matter what choice is made, certain moral rules or values may be breached, resulting in ethical discomfort. There is a strong link between ethical dilemmas and leadership, as leaders are often called upon to make loss-minimizing and rational decisions in complex situations that affect the interests of employees and customers, the company's reputation and interests, and the wider community. A good leader not only identifies ethical dilemma, but also guides the team to explore them through communication, reflection, and ethical thinking, and eventually make a decision that reflects the organization's core values and social responsibility. The ability to deal with ethical dilemmas is therefore an important part of leadership and has a direct impact on the ethical reputation of the leader and the organization, as well as on its standing in society. Next, I will introduce the event background and why this ethical dilemma. In September 2018, unnamed Ford employees raised the issues of possible false fuel labels at Ford and the use of cheating devices to deliberately lower emissions during testing. This echoed the border industry examination sparked in the wake of the 2015 Volkswagen test equipment cheating device story. The situation puts Ford management and the leaders in a tricky position, forcing them to find a balance between corporate responsibility, regulation conformity, and upholding stakeholder trust. Ford may be facing such challenges due to competitive market pressures and business interests. as fuel efficiency is one of the key considerations for the automotive consumer base. In facing a difficult time, Ford may be faced with two options. The first option is to improve the strategy to enhance brand reputation as well as social responsibility, while respecting the market and the consumers, but may face the risk of a large investment and a short-lived reduction in market share. The second option is to improve fuel economy competence driven by the present strategy, which may attract more consumers and increasing benefits while controlling cost, but may risk reducing corporate responsibility as well as industry and transparency. Finally, I will mention impact to Ford and how Ford solved this dilemma. Ford's share fell slightly in after-hours trading as a scandal unfolded. As soon as Ford's charges come out, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency immediately followed up with an inspection. This was a big blow to Ford's reputation and in the market, which greatly reduced Ford's honesty in the consumer community. The Kimberly Pito, Ford Group Vice President for Sustainability, Environment, and Safety Work, told Reuters that the problem with Ford testing process didn't involve a cheating device and were not deliberately designed to deceive the government. Second, Ford immediately hired a provincial law office to set up a special team to conduct an independent investigation. It also submitted test data about the car to the U.S. EPA in a timely way, which led to the court's final decision to dismiss the appeal against Ford. This means that Ford did not receive legal punishment or pay a fine as a result of this accusation. Ford has cleverly resolved this ethical dilemma by using the responsive and clear. These measures show that Ford's commitment to its employees, customers, and society in the face of the challenges and reflect the company's commitment to complying with the industry rules and the legal requirements. That's the general content about my part. Welcome Don to bring his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne's presentations. My name is Yujian Tang. Firstly, I would like to talk about the situational concept. According to Northhouse, situational leadership style include the leadership style and development level of followers. In leadership style include directive and supportive behaviors. Directive behavior help individuals and teams accomplish goals by giving guidance and showing how to achieve them. Supportive behavior include two-way communications and responding to show emotional support to others. In 2020, Jim Ferris has been appointed as the new CEO of Ford. Use the situational leadership style, which has been classified in S2, which is high directive and high supportive behavior. In the development level of follower is classified in D2, which is low to some competence and low commitment. Following with the next slide. The reason is because Ferris demonstrates adaptability by adjusting his leadership approach based on the recognizing that Ford wasn't following the right strategy on electric vehicle. The need of the situational and readiness level of his team members take Ferris' sudden shift in focus, and as an example, he partnered with SK Innovations of South Korea to produce lithium-ion battery for Ford. These flexibilities allow him to effectively navigate complex ethical dilemmas and make decisions that align with the demand of each situation. At the same time, we analyze that his followers were classified in D2. D2 low to some competence and low commitment. The reasons for this turnover is that the competence and confidence of employees change over time and experience. The subordinate begin to focus on another major way Ferris is working to change what is commonly believed about Ford is by pointing out that the business is no longer an outdated car maker, but rather a technology-driven growing expertise enterprise, but lose confidence in the initial job. In considerations of ethical implications, Ferris' leadership style incorporate considerations of the ethical implications of decisions and actions. He prioritized transparency, openness, and ethical value in communications and decision-making process, demonstrating a commitment to ethical leadership principle. For instance, Ferris exhibits supportive leadership behavior by creating a strong connection with his employee. He initiates personal check-in during meeting, encouraging employees to share personal experience and fostering a sense of empathy and connection within the organizations. This supportive approach contributes to a positive work environment where employees feel valued and understood. In comparisons, While Farley has his leadership is more suitable in using situational leadership than transformational leadership. Transformational leaderships involve emotions, value, ethics, standards, and long-term goals. Include 4 factors: idealized influence, charisma, inspirational, motivational, intellectual stimulations, and individualized considerations. Contrary with transformational leadership, the inspirational and motivational, while values demonstrate adaptabilities and a focus on ethical considerations, his leadership style may not emphasize inspirations and motivations to the same extent as transformational leadership. He may prioritize practical solutions and quick decision-making over inspiring visions and long-term goal setting. In visionary leadership, Farley's approach may also lack the visionary aspect often associated with transformational leadership. While he demonstrates a clear strategy visions for the organizations, his leadership style may focus more on practical problem solving and executions rather than inspiring others with compelling visions for the future. In terms of the idealized influence, transformational leaderships often embody qualities such as charisma and idealized influence, inspiring admirations and respect for followers, while Farley's may possess these qualities to some extent. His leadership style may prioritize actions and results over personal charisma or influence. That's my general contents upon my part. Let's welcome Zane and bring his presentation.
Thank you for joining today's presentation. My name is Mohammad Zaini, or you can call me Zain, and I'll be discussing our analysis on Jim Farley's approach and the impact Jim Farley's leadership on resolving ethical dilemmas at Ford Motor Company. So let's begin by providing an overview of what we'll cover in today's presentation. So we'll explore on how Jim Farley's approach to decision-making and communication influences the handling of ethical challenges at Ford. And also we'll analyze Farley's leadership styles, skills, and strategies focusing on situational and supportive leadership, and also the impact of Farley's leadership on the organization, including its ethical culture, performance, and employee engagement. So let's get right on to it. And so one of his strengths that we concluded is that his leader flexibility. So leader flexibility is situational leadership, stresses that effective leaders are those who can change their style based on task requirement and subordinate needs. So in this case, Jim Farley's decisive decision-making style enables prompt and effective resolution of ethical dilemmas at Ford. He doesn't hesitate to take action when faced with complex issues such as environmental concerns or ethical considerations in the supply chain. This proactive approach mitigates risk and demonstrates Ford's commitment to ethical conduct. And the next of his strengths is differential treatment. So in situational leadership is based on the premise that leaders need to treat each subordinate according to his or her unique needs. And in this case, Farley emphasizes transparency and openness in communication, fostering trust and accountability within the organization by involving relevant stakeholders in the decision-making process and openly discussing challenges. Farley creates a collaborative environment where ethical considerations are prioritized. So next, we'll move on to the impact, Farley's impact as leader. Let's discuss the effectiveness of Jim Farley's leadership style, skills, and strategies in resolving ethical dilemmas and their impact on the Ford Motor Company. So the first is his leadership styles. He uses situational leadership and supportive leadership. So Farley's situational leadership style, characterized by adaptability, flexibility, has proven effective in addressing ethical dilemmas by adjusting his leadership approach based on the specific circumstances and readiness level of his team members. Farley can effectively navigate complex challenges and make decisions that align with the organization values and goals. And the supportive leadership is Farley's emphasis on creating supportive work environment where employees feel comfortable sharing their experiences and concerns, fosters open communication and trust within the organization. This supportive leadership style helps employees navigate ethical dilemmas with confidence, promotes culture and integrity and accountability. And next is his leadership skills. Farley's strong communication skills enable him to articulate a clear vision for the organization and engage stakeholders in meaningful dialogue. Effective communication fosters transparency, builds trust, and ensures that employees understand the rationale behind ethical decisions, contributing to a positive organizational culture. And next is the Farley's decisive decision-making skills enable him to address ethical dilemmas promptly and effectively. By swiftly evaluating the situation, considering ethical implications, and taking decisive action, Farley can mitigate risk and uphold the organization's ethical standards, enhancing its reputation and credibility. And we move on to the leadership strategies. Farley's strategy and promoting transparency and openness in communication fosters trust and accountability within the organization. By encouraging employees to share their experiences and concerns openly, Farley creates a culture where ethical issues can be addressed proactively, minimizing the risk of ethical lapse. And also, Farley's focus on employee engagement and empowerment enables individuals at all levels of the organization to contribute to ethical decision making. By involving employees in the decision making process and soliciting their input, Farley ensures that diverse perspectives are considered, leading to more informed and ethical decisions. And last but not least, the impact on the organization. So Farley's leadership styles, skills, and strategies contribute to the development of a strong ethical culture within Ford Motor Company. By prioritizing transparency, openness, and accountability, Farley sets a positive example for employees and reinforces the organization's commitment to ethical behavior. And the next point is the effectiveness of Farley's leadership in resolving ethical dilemmas uh, positively impacts Ford's overall performance. By addressing ethical challenges promptly and transparently, Farley minimizes the risk of reputational damage and legal liabilities, safeguarding the organization's long-term success and sustainability. And lastly, Farley's supportive leadership approach fosters a positive work environment where employees feel valued, respected, and empowered. This, in turn, enhances employees' moral engagement, leading to higher levels of productivity, innovation, and collaboration within the organization. So, in conclusion, we found out that Jim Farley's leadership style, skills, and strategies have proven effective in resolving ethical dilemmas and driving positive outcomes for Ford Motor Company. By embracing a situational and supportive leadership approach, Farley fosters a culture of integrity, accountability, and ethical behavior, and that enhance organizational performance and employee engagement.
Thank you very much for all you for your excellent presentations and analysis about the ethical dilemma extent of false fuel labeling of diesel vehicles and the use of treating devices to reduce emissions experienced by Ford Motor Company in 2019. Throughout our discussion, we have examined Jim Farley's leadership styles and its implications for addressing ethical dilemmas at Ford Motor Company. It's evident that Farley's situational leadership approach in handling the false fuel labeling of diesel vehicles, characterized by adaptability, effective decision-making, and a focus on task and the relationship orientation plays a significant role in navigating complex ethical challenges within the organization. Farley's leadership style enables him to swiftly recognize and address ethical issues, fostering a culture of accountability and integrity. His decisive actions and willingness to confront ethical dilemma contribute to a proactive approach in resolving ethical concerns, thereby mitigating risks and maintaining ethical standards within Ford. In conclusion, Jim Farley's situational leadership approach provides a solid foundation for addressing ethical dilemmas at Ford Motor Company by continuing to prioritize ethical considerations and implementing proactive measures to enhance ethical practice. Farley can ensure that Ford remains committed to ethical conduct and corporate social responsibility in the years to come. In the last part, I would like to make some recommendations on how Jim Farley can raise the standard of leadership and management in the future in case of ethical dilemmas similar to those mentioned above. While Jim Farley's situational leadership approach demonstrates effectiveness in addressing ethical dilemmas at Ford Motor Company, there are opportunities for further enhancements. To strengthen the organization's ethical culture and practices, the following two recommendations are proposed. The first one is promoting transparency and accountability. Foster a culture of transparency and accountability by openly communicating about ethical issues, reporting mechanisms, and disciplinary actions for ethical misconduct. This can help build trust among employees and stakeholders and reinforce commitment to ethical conduct. The second way is monitoring and reviewing ethical practices. Regularly monitor and review the effectiveness of ethical practices and measure within an organization. Solicit feedback from employees and stakeholders to identify areas for improvement and to assess the impact of ethical measures on organizational culture and performance. Use this feedback to make data-driven decisions and to continuously improve ethical practice at Ford. By implementing these recommendations, Jim and Ford Motor Company and further strengthen the organization's ethical culture, promote ethical behavior, and uphold their commitment to ethical conduct and corporate social responsibility.
So this is our reference list, and thank you all for listening.